Since Carol Dweck made growth mindset a super popular concept, and for that matter, companies like Microsoft, where Satya Nadella is using that to drive change, growth mindset's become, a sort of a catchphrase for learning, for trying new things. What I've done is take the understanding of growth mindset and look at it from a little bit broader perspective and say, what can it teach us about change, not just at the individual level, but when we start looking at change in teams and in organizations. So the growth mindset model that I've built talks about what are the practices that help set the direction and provide the support which will create a growth mindset in action in a team. Because what we've seen from research is, particularly into psychological safety, is that a growth mindset is not something individuals necessarily possess. I can take a team of people who might be fairly controlling, complying, critical, skeptical, and if I create the right and facilitate the right circumstances, I can move them into operating as if they are in a growth mindset. That sounds crazy, huh? Because we often think that it's just individuals and change processes that we're working with. But the reality about change, there's a lot more. You can influence people a lot more when we start looking at mindset as more of a collective thing rather than an individual thing. So what the growth mindset tool set helps you with is to say, what then as a leader, if I want to shift people out of their various defensive mindsets like controlling or complying, what kind of way do I set direction? How do I aim high? How do I grow? How do I create a learning environment? What kind of leadership will I do to make that happen in others? How do I catalyze a growth mindset, even though I might have individuals that are struggling with various more defensive versions? So our growth mindset model contains aim high, which is how do I set direction? How do I create creativity and learning in my team? We call that grow. How do I transform a team? In other words, help them to understand that they need to find a purpose and to work cross-functionally in a better way. And then we look at the relational side of growth mindset. How do I be calm and confident under challenging circumstances so that I spread good vibes rather than bad ones? How do I create confidence when there's high levels of insecurity rather than make people anxious? We call that go high. The second part would be, how do I lift others up? How am I encouraging and positively reinforcing change? The last piece is, how do I collaborate with others? We call this team up. And this is a quality about how am I creating the kind of open communication using questions and listening skills to enable us both to listen to ideas, listen to challenges, but also still be able to express ourselves openly and freely with others. These are all the ingredients of a growth mindset, and they impact change in the way that you're facilitating a space where you're going to see the direct consequences will be more commitment, more creativity, more curiosity, more willingness to step out of people's comfort zone than you do if you operate in different kind of leadership modes.